there, Scorpio, my people. I love you deeply. I love everybody deeply, of course, but you have a special place in my heart, Scorpio. And I'm really, really into seeing what's going on for you this year. When we enter the year December 21st, 2025, in the solar Capricorn ingresses, I'm definitely relying on the equinoxes and the solstices, as you probably already know. A very valuable technique, cuts through the den. You've got Mars, your ruling planet, in the third house. And it appears that things on a longer timeline are taking up so much of your time. And let me explain what I mean by that. I feel like you're thinking about legacy. You want to have what you want at this point. You may have been dealing with stuff for a long time, and it's like, look, I need this ish to pan out because I'm thinking about my life in future 10, 15, 20, 30 years from now. And it might have to do with money, accomplishments, things that you have to do and set up on a banal, everyday level, third house level, in order to achieve this. Moon Mars is very, very much about competition, and it wants to fight for the daily life that it wants to lead. And so that is a big influence. Let's check out the midpoints to see what else could be on your minds at the beginning of the year. We've got Sun conjunct Venus, Mars, your ruling planet, 28-minute orb. We've also got Mars conjunct Mars conjunct Moon, Venus, midpoint, 1 degree, 57 minutes. Not that strong. Trying to see, yes, we have another Mars, Moon conjunct Mars, Pluto, midpoint, 1 degree, 18 minutes. So the strongest one's going to be the Sun, Venus, Mars situation. Let's see where that lands. That's all still in your third house, your second and third house. So the money that you need, what you need to shift in your values in order to accomplish this lifelong goal that you want, that you're waiting for, that you may have been waiting for, that you're ready for now. And I think also Sun, Venus, Mars isn't necessarily luxury like a Venus, Jupiter would be, or Venus, Jupiter, Pluto. But Sun, Venus, Mars, I feel, is definitely about material items and the things that you have on hand. And I feel like you just want more of that. You know, I just feel like you want what you want on hand in alignment with your values. You can argue that we all do, but this is seriously like on your mind as we approach the year. And the midpoints aren't telling us that much more because it's in the first harmonic natal. Let's check out the harmonic aspect grid before we move on through the year to see if Mars is doing something else that we should be paying attention to. It's in your 17th harmonic. So the visions are just so strong. The 13th harmonic, Mars, Pluto, it's just now or never. Fuck this, I want the lifestyle that I want. It's punching, it's haunting. It's really like intense, very Scorpio, you know, let's be intense, but really like on your heart and mind. Let's look into Aries season and see what's going on for you here. In Aries season, Sun ingress Aries starting March 20th, 2026, and it lasts through June. This looks hella fun. I think that you're probably going to be really dynamic in your endeavors at this point. So that's like a really quick turnaround for the things that were haunting you, the dreams that were haunting you and plaguing you to become realized earlier in the year. This is amazing, actually. This is very much making strides and doing fun things. These are fun activities, potentially with kids, without kids. going to concerts, having fun, engaging with the type of people that you want to engage with, learning from each other. Education is really strong here. Education, also travel, higher ideals and visions for where you might want to live, how you want to live, but just like fun. I don't even want to talk too much about the other stuff because this is fun, solution oriented, finding solutions to problems and the right people, learning and expanding, jumping through these hoops. Let's look at what the midpoints are doing. See, we still have that Sun, Venus, Mars, which is like a longer theme, I think, for many zodiac signs in 2026. You've also got Moon conjunct Mars Uranus, which is very different, and Mars conjunct Moon Pluto midpoint. This is all, and Saturn conjunct Moon Mars midpoint. All of this stuff is very different from what we were talking about in terms of the levity and the solution oriented people and the learning and the fun. This is like way more serious. This is hardcore pressure on the job, really having to meet tight deadlines and come through. You also have the Moon, Mars, Uranus midpoint, which is very hot-headed. It has a temper. It doesn't have patience. So patience is also limited in this season of life. You don't have time to play effing games. And the pressure is on, and I know you feel it. I know you feel the pressure to do the Saturn, Moon, Mars stuff, which is very much all the tedious details. Moon Saturn is typically on its own. It's a position and an energetic function of solitude. So there might be a huge onus on you, right? Like you have the obligation is on your shoulders. The weight is on your shoulders. And you feel it and you know it. But the dream is still alive. You're definitely more sensitive. I feel that when you can, because you're going to be so busy in this epoch, when you can, you do need to have moments of isolation just so you can get your thoughts together so that you can keep showing up and returning to the ball game, if you will. Okay, let's see. We're at 109th harmonic, 20th harmonic is cool. I think that you're going to be really sensitive to decor and environments and settings at this time with this Neptune conjunct Moon Mars in the 20th harmonic. If you need green to inspire you to do something, then you need to be around green. If you come into a room and the vibe is off, it's more likely to deplete you in ways that are really striking than usual because you are sensitive to environment. So I feel that it's so critical for you to fight for the peace that you need to create, to fight for the space that you need to create, and to have the liberty and freedom to function in more than one capacity, doing more than one thing. And oftentimes it comes from downtime and resetting on your own or being in the right environment. Saying no to Nancy, who invites you to lunch, who's like toxic as hell and leaves you feeling like a piece of garbage after you spend time with her, right? Or, Luke or whomever. Moving into the Cancer Sun ingress, let's see how this is affecting you. Well, it's in your so we have 7th house and 8th house issues for you, as well as 11th house. Moon Mars and Mars Uranus conjunction. And that whole situation does look a little bit like things are popping off between you and dissociates. Larger groups, your significant partners, your one-on-ones, all kinds of people are involved in this. And it's unsettling. It's Mars Uranus, it's Moon Mars, it's competition. So, when there's power involved and competition, some people act a fool. Like, it's not an equal playing game, right? There are haterators out here, and other things that are just putting things off, and or just simply not seeing eye to eye with critical allies on certain things. And so there is a flux there with your relationships come Cancer season, summer, or winter, depending where you are in the world. Let's see. So we still have that Sun conjunct Venus Mars situation. Pretty much, I feel like this is every solstice and equinox this year. You've also got Saturn conjunct Mars, lunar north node, 25-minute orb, which is pretty strong. So here's Saturn, Mars, lunar north node. So it's going to be your 5th, 6th, and 7th house. And so I think if you have kids or projects that are like kids, there's the potential for it to be taking more of a toll than usual, potentially on your mental and emotional, physical health. But also just because it's just more demanding, like you have to be there more, you have to volunteer more of your time and do more sacrifices for other people and for other projects and things like this, and do what they can't do for themselves. So do the accounting or the tedious little details that nobody else wants to pay attention to, but you can do. You're showing up to do that. And depending on where you are in life, perhaps that could be exhilarating to contribute like that, or it could be frustrating because it's like, damn, I want my time for myself. Why am I like, volunteering all that stuff? But obviously your time is valuable. You are valuable. And I'm sure so many people are going to benefit from your guidance here. We've got that Sun, Venus, Mars in that 92nd harmonic, which is great. I love this for all of us because it's finding the right people at the right time. That's the theme. So there's support throughout, and there's definitely support for you with that 6th house influence at this time. 6th house finds the people that you need, kind of like your personal police force, if you will. Police sucks, so what, like, your personal network of people who can help you and provide aid when you need it for various reasons. Let's check out the final months of the year. Look at the Libra ingress that happens September 23rd, 2026, and see what is happening for you, Scorpio. So now we have stuff in your 9th house, and I really feel that in many ways you're just over it and like, okay, let's make the jump, which is awesome. So make the jump, whatever that may be for you. I think that there are nerves involved in this and also differing opinions. And that's a theme in Scorpio 2026, is managing different opinions and realities pertaining to your reality. Like, you might be ready to jump ship and like, let's go. But there are other people involved that have a say or some type of authority in the way that it comes out. You are your ultimate authority, all that, like 100%. I'm just saying, like, you try to get something off the ground, but it's dependent on this person for whatever reason, even though you're already 5 million miles into the future, like you're tired of waiting. I just think like Mars does not have patience. It just doesn't work like that. Really, it could with Mars Saturn, but it's action. It's let's go, right? And I feel like part of the action is in these meditative spaces where you have to sit down, take care of your health, take care of your family, to really sit in why you want it and where this dream is going. That is part of the active process of progress. is sitting in it and stewing. You've got a lot of guardian angels here. So, as hard as it may be to wait, do what you got to do in the moment. If you got to it's like a dichotomy, because you're probably going to have to make quick, decisive moves. It's hurry up and wait, hurry up and wait. You got this, though, of course. Let's check out the midpoints. We've got Uranus conjunct Mars Saturn midpoint, 1 degree, 3-minute orb, which is certainly more of that hurry up and wait stuff. Mars, Saturn, Uranus, let's clock this. So here's Saturn, Uranus, Mars. So we have it in your 6th, 8th, and 9th house. This Saturn Uranus situation from the 6th to 8th could definitely just be surgery, literal, or some type of surgical operation that you are undertaking that requires multiple aids, maybe a little bit of surreptitious activity that not everyone knows your business around this, just critical parties. And also some type of certification process could be part of this, visa process, paperwork process that isn't kind of quite already all the way there. It's just kind of in motion. You're waiting pins and needles for what the ultimate outcome of this situation, this documentation, this surgical procedure will be. Let's check out where these midpoints land, if there's any. So there's a Mars, Venus opposing Moon, Mars midpoint, 29th harmonic, as well as that Uranus conjunct Mars, Saturn midpoint, 1 degree, 3-minute orb is in the 7th harmonic. So that's good. I love to see that in the 7th harmonic, because that means that there's a little bit potentially more control around the chaos that is potentially happening. Mars, Saturn, Uranus remixes things. So you may have to do a process over again around this critical life path issue. This is serious business. This isn't chump business. This isn't everyday blah, blah, blah. This is something that is an epochal shift that is like moving across country, or graduating from college, or getting married, or buying a home, or renting a home, and whatever. Like it's serious. It really changes a lot of things. But in the 7th harmonic, it means that the remix is necessary. Let the temper out through tactical repetition, like an athlete does, where you go to the track every day and train. This is about training. This is about kind of chiseling yourself to meet the moment when you're ready. This doesn't have patience. So I think that's another thing, is maintaining patience throughout the year as a goal, which I totally commiserate with. But then also the right people at the right time with the 29th harmonic, and you are correct to be going in a brand new direction. That is something that you do not need to doubt ever, no matter how difficult it may be at times to get it all together.